And here we go. Bonjour, mes amis. This is the Care Don't Care preview with Eugene Robinson, John Nash here filling in for Nate Wilcox, who apparently doesn't care again. So
he doesn't care. He doesn't care. You know, we tried. We tried to bring this guy along. All right, crybabies, bedwetters, grumblers, greedy bread gobblers, work-shy individuals, lingerers, chronic complainers. This has less to do with your skills and talents as a fighter or a human being, and much more to do with the marketing heft in a way. Endeavor will not make the mistake that Alexi and Nate made. It's no longer WME. It's a brand new company now, Endeavor, and the Baldwin have put behind you. You want to get off the don't care list. It's a very simple calculus. Fight an exciting fight, and you'll move from the don't care list to the care list. Until then, don't come crying to us.
That's right.
Crybabies.
Bedwetters. And I should point out, too, that I'm filling in Nate last minute. So, again, my pronunciation names are bad. Don't take an insult. I am terrible with names. Anybody's name.
Also, you know, the funny thing is, last time, one of the times I gave the disclaimer, somebody from the bedwetting constituency wrote me and thought that I was like, you know, I used to be a bed. And I was like, yeah, you know, bro, hey, man, I'm not about delving into the psycho monograph of a guy who used to piss the bed when he was 7. Okay, you know.
That's yeah. Well, okay, we have a card, and actually, I'm surprised Nate doesn't want to be here because this Saturday's cards. If you're a hardcore MMA fan, this is
that's all that's left. Let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is no mass appeal because none of these guys are really, you know, Lyoto Machida's long gone from the superstar, or the star, I should say, category. But it's a solid card for people that really follow MMA. This is a deep card. This is finally a card where, like, holy crap, the prelims, there's stuff I want to see.
Yep.
So,
well, I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go see Joe Rogan Saturday night, but I'll watch it afterward.
Well, unfortunately, I have plans Saturday, so I'm going to try to sneak in the beginning, the prelims, and then watch the rest later in the night.
I mean, for me, all it means is I won't be live tweeting, but yeah, I'll get to it.
Yeah, this is a card I'd like to watch live, and I don't think I'll be, unless my plans get canceled, which I can always hope for. But they won't, because they don't get canceled. Plans have been made. Yeah. Okay, so it's on, this card's going to be on Fox Sports. Well, the prelims, the first 2 fights are on the UFC Fight Pass.
Fight Pass,
and then after that, it's
which I have canceled.
You have canceled. That's, you know, I get, it's tax deductible, so
well, whatever. It doesn't help if you can't see anything on it.
That's true. It's kind of, you know, it's not it hasn't lived up to its hype. Let's put it that way.
Don't believe it says Flavor Flav. Okay, sorry for the yawn. Okay,
that's now I got a yawn. It's contagious. You do know that.
I know.
Okay, and then Fox Sports 2 is for the prelim card, which a lot of people don't have Fox Sports 2. And then Fox Sports 1 for the main card, top 6 fights.
Yep.
And
okay.
So,
all right.
Which part of your cable package? What is that? That's a $6 to $8 package to get at least Fox Sports 1.
I don't get cable.
Yeah, if you're a cord cutter, you're screwed. It's gonna be hard to track down. I guess the app, or I don't know how they do that. I don't have no clue how it works at that point. Technically, it's kind of free because you should be getting this part of a bundle. So
yeah. All right.
Okay. So here we go. First fight, we got a heavyweight fight. Christian Colombo.
Hold on. And we'll let people choose there's no fee associated with it outside of your basic cable fee. So if people want us to, in the live chat, which John can read, express a vote for whether you want us to do cash value or no cash value. Because right now I'm leaning toward no cash value because we had to pay nothing. Okay, so that's it.
You told those guys to shut up.
No, I did already. That's yeah.
Very professional here. As you notice, I'm in a cave, locked and sealed and soundproof.
I know. It looks like you're in the cask of Amontillado, that Edgar Allan Poe story that you've been bricked in somewhere.
Yeah, it does feel like the Telltale Heart or something. I'm trapped in here, beating behind the walls. This is my room all day, so that's why I'm so depressed all the time. I have to be in this all day.
Yeah, I had a roommate who painted his walls black, ceiling black, floor black, put black light in, painted the windows black, and then told me he was taking Prozac because he was depressed.
It's like, that's a given. You've kind of triggered it yourself.
And this is a guy who refused to brush his teeth with a toothbrush because it wasn't organic. I go, how do you clean your teeth? He goes, with carrots.
Yeah, this isn't someone that feeds the carrots to the bus, is it?
No, this is his ex-roommate who tried to stiff me for the phone bill, and I tracked him down Found him. It's I want that money now. And he goes like, take that microphone. And
I think that would be
the microphone was worth about $90, and I still have that microphone today. So
having a room, I would be happy to have my roommate leave if he isn't brushing his teeth. I gotta be honest.
Well, he lived in the garage, so I didn't see him.
Okay, that's
a classic conversation with his, hey man, if you poop outside again, I'll kill you. He goes, I didn't poop outside. I go, I know my dog's poop. That was your poop.
That's a hell of a roommate you got there. That's a hell of a roommate.
At least it beats a roommate whose syringes I had to clean up. That was another.
See, I've never had. I've had the neighbors and stuff be the drug addicts, but never my roommate. So
yeah.
All right. So first fight, heavyweight fight, Christian Colombo versus Marcelo Golm.
Oh man, Christian Colombo. I don't give a shit. Sorry.
I don't care about this fight. This is terrible heavyweight action, which is But this is surprising. We go from a heavyweight fight right to a flyweight fight. If you ever want to make the flyweights look tiny, put them right after a heavyweight.
Well, you gotta have a different ref. That's all. That's all.
Yeah, but you see the perspective in the cage. You'll see these guys filling up the cage, and then you have these two guys barely taking it up.
Well, whatever.
This is Deiveson Figueiredo versus Jared Brooks. And
say it again.
Deiveson Figueiredo versus Jared Brooks. I've never seen either fight, but I'm interested. I'm interested actually in this one.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I saw someone mention they're both undefeated, I believe. So that's the only.
So am I.
But yeah, that's so am I, and I have no defeats on my MMA record.
I mean, I almost going to care because of Brooks, but then not quite.
I have a minor care. It's not. I'm not going to go way out of my way, but I'll care enough to watch it. I'm going to just take a guess.
You either this is binary. You care or you don't care.
Just enough to care. I care just enough to care.
You're going to make a pick.
I'm going to make a pick, and I got to really do good because I'm like 0-3 against you. This is getting embarrassing.
It's fucking embarrassing.
It's very embarrassing. I'm going to go with Jared Brooks.
All right. So I'm blanking on that one, but I'm going to put you down here for Jared Brooks. Yeah, you're doing really bad. The Trump voter around here knows me as the guy who's been wrong about everything.
You're the guy who's been wrong about everything?
That's what he says. He's nuts.
Well, he's a Trump voter. I mean, right there, he's wrong about something.
Yeah, he can't hear you, but yeah, I second that emotion.
I was a big Jeb Bush supporter, so that's
low energy, low.
Yeah, Jeb.
And now they're getting his father for grabbing ass. It's like, man, this is like the last 5 minutes of The Godfather, like we were just talking about before you and I got on. Is there a difference between a clumsy pass and sexual harassment? Well, it all depends on the placement of the actors, right? All right. If you hit on your boss clumsily, it's not sexual harassment technically because she can always fire your ass, right? So marching forward, it's either a dotted line, hey, let's have sex. No. Let's have sex. No. Let's have sex. No. Or it's you got to go higher. You got to go higher. You can't kiss down.
That's true. Someone in Hollywood, I take sexual harassment pretty serious because I've seen there's so many lowlifes out here I have to deal with. Like this is, and even I'm a dude, so I'm a lowlife myself. But these guys take it to an extra level.
Yeah.
I just can't get worked up about the dirty old man, the 90-year-old man. It's just hard for me to get worked up about this one.
Yeah.
So sorry, people, if I'm not sympathetic enough about that.
Well, the thing is, if my daughter or my sister or my wife came back and said this had happened, I would show up and I'd beat the guy with a stick. That's what would happen. But I would a 90-year-old guy. I'd beat a 90-year-old guy, but I wouldn't be worked up when I did it. I would just, like when you beat the dog, you just like pip, 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 and somebody would say, hey man, I almost beat up a fucking handicapped guy in traffic in LA. I didn't realize he was handicapped. We'd get flipping each other off. We're zooming in front of each other. And then I finally pull up next to him in the light. I'm like, you motherfucker. And then I see the handicap sticker and the wheelchair in the back. I just start laughing, which enraged him even more. It's like, what's the percentage of this for you, man? Just because I'm in a wheelchair doesn't mean I can't kick your ass. Yeah, man, that's exactly what it means.
But you want to fight the handicap. That's how you pad your record. That's where
I'm not fighting.
That's why we're undefeated.
You get no sympathy at all fighting a handicap.
I'm not gonna say who I've been fighting because then you'll be mocking me as much as Nate does. So
I got into a street fight with a guy who had his arm in a cast, but that guy hit me with the arm in the cast. Man, he had it coming.
I remember it wasn't me, my brother, who looks just like me, but he got in a fight and with a homeless guy, and he was just like the homeless guy started, and he just as soon as he started punching, he started feeling bad. He goes, "Oh my God, I'll be killing this guy. I feel terrible."
Yeah, well, so you know what's even worse than getting caught beating up a homeless guy? Getting your ass beaten by a homeless guy. That's even worse. You know?
I've gotten in way too many fights with homeless guys to admit. So.
Where were you hanging out that you're getting into fights with homeless guys?
They're starting. I live in Hollywood. You can't help it. They think, some guys have got issues. I feel bad about it too. It's I want to fight homeless guys.
I went to Safeway last night. And some guy is like lurking around the column, like this Asian cat lurking around the column, and I come out and he's got this interesting technique. He goes, "Hey, buddy." I'm like, "Yeah, what?" He's like, "Have you spare change? You got any got down?" I look at him, I go, no. He's like, okay, all right, okay. How you're gonna whisper it, float behind the column in the dark at the Safeway? That's your technique? Get the fuck out of here.
A guy got upset at me for not he was asking not for $1 for $10. I don't know $10 on me, and he got upset.
A friend of mine was on the bus, and some woman goes, "I sold everything. I don't have anything left to sell." And he leans forward. He goes, "That's not true." And she goes, "You fucking creep." And he's like, "Hey, I'm just trying to help out."
That's the old Churchill line between we're negotiating.
Yeah, that's right.
That's where that goes. Oh, we better get going. Nate's gonna call me in a bit and yell at me for that. Okay. He's back from where he is, and we're still going. Okay, next we got a welterweight fight. This starts the Fox Sports 2. So now you people got to go from your Fight Pass to Fox Sports 2 to watch the rest of the card. It's Zaleski dos Santos versus Max Griffin.
Zaleski dos Santos and Max Griffin. I don't give a fuck.
You don't care about this fight?
You do?
I do.
Why?
Well, because if I remember right, Zaleski beat Lyman last fight.
Oh boy, they got you, man. Okay.
He's like I can't remember his full. I haven't seen all his fights. But he's like 6-2 or something in the UFC, 7-1 or something.
Okay.
No, 4-1, something like that. He's got a good record. I saw his last fight against Lyman. Good. He wasn't.
Okay. All right. So the question is, so you're canceling your plans so you could be in front of the TV for this, huh?
No, I can't cancel my plans. I'll get yelled at.
Okay. Okay.
But I would watch if I didn't have plans. I'd definitely be watching this.
Okay. So who's your pick then?
I'm gonna go with Zaleski. Has a little more higher competition. It looks like he's.
You froze for a second there. So who's your pick?
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go with Zaleski. He's higher competition. I don't know if he's. We're at the point where these guys I haven't watched enough to actually make a.
The interesting thing about Polish surnames that the men all have ski, and the women have ska in the same family.
Wow, they have gender pronoun. They have gender surnames.
Yeah. So Zaleski. If he was married, his wife would be Zaleska.
Oh, interesting. And then the Dos Santos is he's Brazilian, Portuguese.
Yeah, I don't know. But so you're on the board. You're 2 on the board. I'm 2 off of the board. All right.
You have no interest. Well, it's 3. We've had 3 fights.
I mean, because we're amongst friends now, right? Only people listening to this show, only people who give a fuck this far, only people watching this fight are the complete and total degenerates. So we're talking. It's like that old. Hey, that guy's an alcoholic. I was there Tuesday. He was there. I was there Wednesday. He was there. I was there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That guy was there. He's an alcoholic. So we're amongst friends now. I don't have to fucking pretend anymore.
That's true. And this is bizarre for me because usually I don't like any of the fights.
Okay. All right.
I'm the one not picking anything.
No, I mean this is an exciting card. There are other fights, but just I'm not going to be breaking my neck to get for the TV. Sure.
Well, next fight is a Hacran Diaz. I'm lightweight fight. I'm not sure if I pronounce the name. I'm sure if it's Portuguese, then there's no H. And Jared versus Jared Gordon.
Oh man. Well, forget about what I just said because I don't care about this one either.
I don't care about this one.
Okay. All right.
Okay. That one finally.
So this is what the tote sheet looks like thus far for those who are interested in. There you go. That's it.
I'm already 0-2 on my picks, I'm sure.
There you go.
I have a lot of confidence.
You're trying to take my title of the man who's been wrong about everything. So
well, that's it. Yeah, it's a proud. I have a lot of that's what I have confidence that I'm right, that I'll be the man that's wrong about everything. Take that title from you.
You're running a hard campaign here, man. All right.
Next fight is a middleweight fight. Antonio Carlos Jr. versus Jack Marshman.
Oh, come on. No, I don't care.
You don't care about that fight?
Nope. Do you?
It's on the no. I'll say I don't. It's on the edge. It's close. These are the kind of journeymen I kind of like when I'm just vegetating to watch. But
I got a professional fighter who's like about 12 inches from me right now, creepily enough, and I guarantee you, if I ask him, he will not give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't. But this is the type of fights that one of these guys wins look good. You start caring about that guy.
Maybe. Okay.
That's where we're. I don't care.
You don't care. There we go.
Not,
All right. I just randomly hostile. I couldn't even hear what you said. I just like giving him the finger. Oh, is that what he said? See you tomorrow. I just gave him the finger. I don't. Yeah, it's always a safe.
I hope it's him you're giving the finger, not me.
No. It was him. Get out of there. It's mine. All right. Anyway.
Okay, the next fight, you got another welterweight fight. Vincent Luque versus Niko Price.
Oh boy, I almost care. I almost care. I almost care here.
I care
because I don't want to be a complete fucking dick, and you should write that down because I don't say that often. So I care. I care.
Yeah, I mean it's right before the main card starts. If you're gonna watch the main card, you might as well start early.
And I'm gonna pick against my better judgment, Niko.
Ooh, yeah, that's a hard one for me. Okay, I'm going Vicente.
Okay, that's
just because that's the only way I'm going to catch up to you.
Right. Well, or alternatively, that's how you say. Take 10 steps back.
Yeah. Okay, next one, bantamweight. Now we start the main card. We go to Fox Sports 1 for the main card, and John Lineker, everybody's favorite, versus Marlon Vera.
Yep. Care. Okay,
same here. It's Lineker's fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm a long time Lineker guy too. So.
All right. So then it comes to the point where who you picking to win?
I just told you Lineker.
Oh damn. Okay, well, same here. So.
Okay. All right.
At least I know if I won't fall too far behind if I get this one right.
But see, now you can't be fucking betting reactively. That's how you end up in a barrel.
No, I would have taken Lineker, and he's tougher competition. He's been on a streak.
All right.
Okay, middleweight. Thiago Santos versus Jack Hermansson.
Yep, care.
It's they're both.
But these guys are geeks, man.
I care. Okay, these are strong. These are long-time journeyman type. I like these guys.
Yeah, also
I like these type of fights.
Also known as geeks in this instance, man. Guys I can't trust. I mean, no matter how I zig, they're gonna zag. So, fuck. It feels to me constitutionally unsafe to pick Hermansson.
Really?
Yep.
I was taking Hermansson, but you go with you take Santos if you want.
Well, where's the fight, man?
What do you mean? It's in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
But
a lot of times that works against the guy, right?
A lot of times UFC sacrifice people in Brazil. Hey, they do some bad matchmaking. This ain't one of them.
No, but the guy's all tense about getting his mother's seat, his sister's seat, his brother's seat. But
but the home court's not huge in UFC sometimes. Sometimes they just
hold it. So you're sticking with your Hermansson pick?
I'm sticking with Hermansson just for that. I mean, I think I'm just going straight up. Who's the better fighter? I'm not thinking home court advantage. I'm not putting too much thought into this.
Okay, all right. I'm putting a lot.
Yeah, you're putting a lot
because I got the psychotic theory, so I have to be all in. Except I'm going counter to my theory, where I'm thinking that the fact that his old ex-girlfriend will be there, his mother, his parents, his sister, his brothers, his father, it will be less of a factor than the fact that he's in Brazil. And he's relatively deep on the card, so at this point he could be part of a roll with other Brazilian fighters actually rolling, or he doesn't want to be which means that he would not want to be the first guy to get fucking sucked under, or enough guys could lose where he needs to be the first guy to put the flag in the ground for Brasilia. So
you have put a lot of thought in this. We might explain why I'm 0-3 against you, but I didn't put that thought. I'm still sticking with Hermansson.
Okay. All right, there we go. So far, this is not looking bad. This is all right. I got 3 cares. You got 5 cares. We're sort of in business.
Well, yeah, it's a pretty good card, I think. Okay, next one. Francesco Trinaldo versus Jim Miller.
Care?
I do too. And even Jim Miller, I care.
But Miller has turned into a gift for me as well, man.
Yeah, that's why I'm not choosing Miller.
I don't pick him; he doesn't lose. So,
well, I already know who I'm picking.
Who are you picking?
I'm not picking Jim Miller. I'm picking
You're not.
Francesco. No, Francisco. Look, he lost to Kevin Lee, right? Last fight. I think that's who I saw him against.
Yeah,
But so we know his level. But I think Jim, not to be mean to Jim Miller, and you already had your whole statement that this is an insult. Jim Miller, one of my all-time favorite lightweights. I think he's kind of on this downward slope.
Yep. And I'm not picking him. I just can't. I can't pick him either. I've made, there's some guys like when Chuck Liddell was coming up where I just kept picking against him because I kept discounting his. I didn't think it was like that great line from Apocalypse Now. Do you see if there's a method? Do you think my method is mad? I don't see any method at all. Okay, so Liddell, I thought that there was no method at all there. He actually had the technique, and so I just slept on it. But I don't feel that way about Miller. I just think he's winging it. So,
yeah, Miller. It's just Miller was really good. He should have had a lightweight shot a few years back when he was on that. He was on like a 7-fight win streak and stuff. Yeah. But his days are sadly.
And that shit crawls in your head too, man. I mean, because now you have real life accreting around, around this job that you have, and like. I mean, you're in a relationship, shit happens like, hey, babe, maybe we could replace the fence. And, you're a good husband. You want to say, yeah, we replace the fence. And you talk to a couple of friends of yours, find, Jesus Christ, man, it's going to be about $5,000 to fix the fence. Oh, fuck. Look at that. I got some friends who could help me. I get some lumber. I could do, you go into the fight with real adult concerns, man. It's no fucking like the guy I saw that T-shirt was in Japan. It no joke.
Actually, that's what makes me nervous about Miller. You just brought up my thing about fighting, which he's that type of guy that's big enough that he can make a decent, currently upper middle class income fighting, but he probably has nothing to fall back that's going to pay good.
Yep.
And so, he's famous for these kind of very exciting, very violent fights. So he has to. It's like you worry that he's stuck doing this because it's the only thing that makes good money. But he doesn't have enough put away that he can never leave, and he's stuck doing really brutal fights.
I mean, if I think about that too long, I'll get depressed and I won't be able to watch it at all. Right?
Yeah, I'm sorry I brought that up.
No, I mean it's just like watching porn where the people don't want to be into porn. That's horrible porn to watch. You're watching it for other than sexy reasons at that point.
That's my favorite porn.
My porn star friend, Mr. Marcus, had some porn in the. I'm quite sure he told a woman, let's go back, we'll film a video. And she thought she was going to be having sex with him. And you could, if you were kidding Nate, you would Donna Shalala me at this point. But the reality of it was they get home and she's not only having sex with him, he's filming it. She's having sex with his 300-pound friend. And she kind of is like clearly not into it. And then he just shrugs and looks at the camera and goes, she knew what the job was when she took it.
There's nothing that will turn you off porno more than hanging out with people that do porno.
Yeah, because they're not into it.
It's just pure work for them, and it's or they have issues, and then they're playing them out on. But then it gets into more nasty stuff. So
I have not met anybody who's been into porn who's been into the sex part. I mean, I remember Peter North saying, "I never watch my stuff," and I said that to Marcus. I go, "Yeah, Peter never watches his stuff." He goes, "I don't watch my stuff either. Why should I? I was there." Yeah, no. I was like, to me, that was kind of mine. But why wouldn't you want to see the stuff you had done? But it's like I do so much of it. I'm thinking about tomorrow. I'm not thinking about yesterday. I was like, okay, yeah.
My old offices used to be in the Vivid Video built next door to the Vivid Video, so I'd always be running into people talking to them about it, and it was just like, all my friends like, you have the greatest job. You're hanging out with porn stars. And I go, you will not believe how just mundane and uninteresting this really is.
Yeah, it is. The only guy who I like, Brandon Iron, was like a guy who had a problem. Like he had a problem buying hookers, and he just goes, I'm spending $10,000 a month. I can't keep living like this. He goes, there's got to be a way I could. And then it was like a light bulb went off in his head, and that's how he became a porn star.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say. A person I used to go with became into porno, became a star. So I guess a star. They're all stars.
Yeah. But yeah. What was his name?
Well, I walked right into that one, huh? Well, I used to act in porn, you know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, Mighty Joe Hung. That was my name. Look up my name.
Mighty. That's great. What a fucking great name.
I have one porn story. I had a friend that used to, make these porn movies. I won't get into. I don't want to give names away. That's the problem. They'll yell at me because they're in legit shit now.
Right.
But and I always told him, I just want to. We're going to shoot a scene with me and my brother, like opening a door and go, oh, sorry, and then close the door. And we want him to splice it into every one of his pornos. Like we walked into this, and so when people would call me, like it was in Sweet Homo Alabama or something, like one of those homosexual title. Someone could call me and say, John, I just saw you in this gay porn. What are you doing? And I'd be like, whoa, what were you doing watching that porn? I just walked in the wrong door. I mean, it's obvious. So.
That's fucking great.
So he never did that, though. He bailed out. He bailed out.
Coward, scared.
Well, he thought it'd be insulting to his clientele.
Audience? So. Oh, well, whatever, man. All right.
Okay, we should get back to track. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, next one, bantamweight. Pedro Munhoz versus Rob Font.
I care.
Same here. It's a pretty solid fight.
And I'm going to make a big mistake right now, acknowledged as such, and I'm going to pick Font.
Ooh. I'm taking Pedro. That's a good one. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to live dangerously, so.
Well, I give Font a shot in this one just because.
Yeah.
I like these fights because these are the fights that separate guys from being the run-of-the-mill journeyman. Yep. They're all solid. They actually have. I mean, the records are really solid on this card, like 8-3 UFC records.
Yep. I mean, that's
okay. Now you start moving into possible contender if you win this.
Yep.
This type of shit I like. This is what I watch MMA for.
Yep.
Okay, then we go to welterweight, the co-main event, Demian Maia versus Colby Covington.
Yeah, I give a shit.
I care about this one.
And I'm constitutionally incapable of picking anybody else but Demian on this one. No fucking way.
Damian's old as hell.
That's one of the reasons why.
I know. I appreciate that. An old man that can still fight, but I'm still picking him. I think technically he has the you go jiu-jitsu, you can go forever.
Yep. Hey,
all technical.
Except I start to do this thing when I roll now. I whine. It's just a technique and a tactic.
And that's a genius. That's what I was thinking. It's just like, my shoulder. They lay off, and then you
get
it.
Exactly right.
Time for the Americana, jackass.
I don't know. I'm okay. No, I'm okay. But the guy hasn't figured out that I'm on top of him with my elbow in his eye socket. I'm going, no, sorry. Okay. Sorry.
I might steal that if I get back into rolling. I haven't done that in a long time.
That treachery is good stuff. I'm a big fan of it.
That's I'll just kind of say, my back, and then boom, there you go. We're sparring.
Well, what doesn't help is that Sorrell usually sits about 2 feet from me and then says, "This is what Eugene's about to do." And so even if I'm really doing it, it's like the boy who cries wolf. Nobody believes me now, and they just go crushingly heavy.
That's I want to see some.
We got a tweet shitting on your pick here. Font's got this. Better hands, and Munhoz doesn't have an amazing takedown game.
Well, hey, thanks for the tip. I'll switch it back.
I can't. Too late. Once the hand has written, it does not unwrite.
Oh man. Oh, that's not. Well, shit. What? Owen, I got to keep my streak alive. 0-4 is not too bad.
You got to dig down deep now. The stakes are too high.
The stakes are too high. Oh, yeah. No one should be listening. Well, shit. No one bases their bets on this show, do they? I hope to God not.
I'm going to push myself as a #1 Vegas handicapper.
Why not? I've seen there's a lot of guys in MMA sphere that talk about other the best analysts, and they have their MMA records are not too impressive. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now we come to the payoff.
This is the main event, middleweight fight. Derek Brunson versus the returning Lyoto Machida, who I think got hosed by USADA, to tell you the truth.
Yep. I'm gonna pick fucking Machida.
Yeah, I mean I've no faith in my pick, but I'm picking Machida just because he's been gone for a while.
I have fucking faith in my pick. I mean, Brunson's been saying shit that is so psychotically mystified. What is that guy? He had a great name for the Halls of Mystery or something like that, where people are just saying stuff that is so fucking incredible that you're like, you can't really believe the shit you're saying, do you? You know, it's like it's phenomenal, the stuff he's been saying. So yeah, I'm picking Machida, and I do so without hesitation. And if I'm wrong, oh well, dude is maybe done. But Brunson sounds to me like, you know, like the guy with the moon rocket radiation aluminum foil helmet. You know, yeah, maybe that guy's right. Maybe there is some radiation coming off the moon, but I'm sorry, I just can't sign on for that. You know.
My just been thinking is Brunson's good, but if Lyoto Machida is anywhere close to what he was when he left, he should win this.
Oh no, the guy's calling it great moments in mystery. You could just say every tweet, everything that Brunson has said. I mean, look, there's a thin line between self-belief and self-delusion.
Here's the weird thing I'm starting to wonder about guys. Guys are so preoccupied with getting attention now. How many guys do you think are saying weird shit just to say weird shit and get noticed? And we're reading too much into that weird shit they're saying.
Well, what we're watching is fail, right? Because if they're saying weird shit and we're noticing that it's weird, they have gotten the attention without having gotten the positive attention. So there's a fundamental difference between we didn't come to take part, we came to take over, which is fucking trenchant, on the money, and a clever turn of phrase, right time. And, you know, that strange thing that Big Ben Rothwell was doing with his hands, you know? I mean, do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Or, you know, okay. I thought talk about that weird dance he did to the laugh.
Yeah, you know, it's like so.
I thought that was actually good for Big Ben, because otherwise no one would ever talk about him. I mean, that's
right. Well, I mean, you know, he had the physical rebus. I mean, Tito rode that to fame. You know, the middle finger 6-shooter. You know, yeah, no, that was clever. That helped make Tito. But
yeah, the whole shoveling thing. I mean, how much the Tito actually,
which I have to say is another thing that Tito stole from Tank Abbott.
Oh yeah, he stole. Yeah, everything else was from actual pro wrestling. The guy was, but he was a student. I mean, he was. But Tito was not incredibly charismatic on his own, just talking. He was. Right. Yeah. I give him a lot of credit for creating a persona to sell.
No. It wasn't a creation of a persona. What happened is, for half a second there, the clouds parted, and you got to see a Huntington Beach punk. Now, I don't know you spend much time on Huntington Beach. These guys are sitting on the wall, that little half wall that you get before you get to the sand on the beach, and they sit there all day, and they're, you know, they either have skateboards or don't have skateboards. They're making runs, they're hanging, they're throwing fucking soccer ball, hacky sack. These guys are perpetual fucking dickheads. It's just like, you know, but actually a dickhead is too strong of a word. They're ass wipes. You know, like a fuckhead is malicious, right? You know, a dickwad is maybe accidentally malicious, which means that it's control. An asswipe is just a guy who's just, you know, it's like, you know.
So there's a spectrum of this thing. We should be.
It's a spectrum. Like, you know, like I was down there once and I saw guys like this, and he's playing hacky sack and his flip flop flies off, but it flies in the direction of somebody who's walking by with his girlfriend. And he grabs a moment and he kicks the other flip-flop at the guy who's walking by with his girlfriend. Now, the first one was accidental. The second one was to play off the first one, was purposeful, and it hits the guy who's walking by with the girlfriend. And the guy turns around, is like, what? And he's like, I mean, this is where Tito would have been without MMA. That's where he would have been, down on the beach at Huntington Beach, you know.
But I give him credit again. He can't. I think there was a lot of work though. I mean, he had to get the T-shirts printed up all the time. That was a lot. He had to do that.
Well, you know, he's like Henry Rollins, man. People want to give Henry Rollins shit. I will always say, you take 1,000 guys from Haagen-Dazs and you give them the same set of opportunities, and they're not doing half the shit that Rollins did. So, you know.
Yeah. Well, one thing. I'm not a huge Black Flag fan or anything.
No, not at this point, not at all.
But I'll say Rollins. I like his musical taste when you're on LA Weekly when he writes about stuff. He actually has very good. You know, it's like
I wrote an article about Rollins for Invisible Oranges. That's a big surprise. It's coming up, and you know, I hate to say it. They asked, the piece was the record that I found most pivotal. And I give credit where credit's due. I was introduced to it by Rollins. I'm not going to tell you what the record is, but he made a mixtape for me. He said, you need to listen to this, and gave it to me. So,
Really? I mean, what was on the mixtape that was so good? You're not going to give it away.
I can't tell you.
Give a hint.
You get. No, I can't. Yeah. I'll read. I'll put the link. I'll tweet out the link. So if anybody gives a shit a couple of weeks down the road, get on my Twitter feed at Eugene S. Robinson, and then you'll be able to see.
Wait, how long ago was this? Then maybe I'll figure out what it is.
It's probably 1986.
86.
No, you won't. It's impossible. It's like Rumpelstiltskin. You might get it, but even if you did get it, somebody.
Jane's Addiction.
No. And somebody's just texted. Was it a Husker Du record? No, stop it.
You should have known about Husker Du before.
Exactly. I was already dialed in. I mean,
that's a given. But
fastest band ever. That's how they were introduced to me. So
the fastest band ever.
Yeah, I was up at KPFA, and Tim Yohannan said. Their very first record, Land Speed record. This is the fastest band ever, fastest hardcore band ever. That's how they were sold to me.
I never would have pictured them as being the fastest hardcore. I never.
Land Speed record, they were pretty.
They were, but it just didn't seem that. I mean, I thought Wasp was faster hardcore. Wasp was terrible.
Wasp, man. But the good thing about Wasp is that the dude was really a dickhead. I didn't say asswipe. I said fucking Blackie Lawless was an actual fucking dickhead. Like, you don't find anybody. Yeah. Actually, it's not even like polarized. Like, some people really like him, some people hate him. Like, everybody who met the guy hates him.
It's like, how can we be in a more annoying kiss? Yeah, I got an idea. Let's do this.
Yeah, it's like, what? Fuck like an animal. It's like, man, he just had that certain edge. I mean, and there's a talent to that too. The negative it factor, right?
Hello, VD.
Yeah.
They spoke to a generation.
Yeah, right. All right.
Oh man,
all right. So hold on. We both picked Machida.
Yes, Machida. So we're both gonna be wrong and look like idiots on that one.
So I've got 7 picks, and this is actually a good card, man. It's
remarkably solid.
I mean, last fight card I had 1 pick, so.
That last one was terrible. We both neither of us liked
that. Was a basement of all time. That was a basement. So, and then on this one you have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's good. It's a good card, man. Good card.
It's again remarkably surprisingly loaded with the quality journeyman. It's not full of like really prestige fights. We're not getting the stars.
Well, we're not talking about the growth delta either. We're not talking about casual fans. This is not the fight that you're gonna say to your mother, your sister, your friends, your casuals. Well, you really need to watch this. You're not gonna say that. So.
Yeah, this is the card you're following MMA. This is to see who's going to move up the ladder. This is a literal like tournament type card. These guys are moving up. These guys are moving down, or we can measure the temperature of the fight game here. All right, so everybody watch it. And hopefully I get to watch it. I don't have to watch it the next day.
Yep.
So I'll be out. What are you doing Saturday? You had a show? You going
Joe Rogan? No, I don't have a or I might have a show with Joe Rogan. I'm just gonna stand up and start freeforming. Yeah.
Well, I meant you're going to a show with Joe Rogan. I didn't mean you have a show.
Well, it depends. I got a buddy who's got a ticket, and I said, "Yeah, man, you got one for my wife too." He's like, "Oh, bro, you got a bro." So I go, "Hey, I don't even fucking do that shit. Forget it. Wife comes with me, or I'm not going."
I go out with the wife. Be seen with the wife? Hell no.
He's in that phase. Like his girlfriend. Oh fuck it, I gotta go out. Nah, fucking no.
That's my favorite. All my friends are in the stage where they're married and they hate their wives. That's always a weird, uncomfortable.
Well, we call that when they're having fuck you sex. Where you pass each other in the hallway. You go fuck you. It's like. No way. No, I'm too sensitive, man. I'm not staying in
I always liked when at the phase where you don't want to be at home alone when they get drunk because then the wife might try something with you. And you're like, I know, God, that's fucking sick. A buddy of mine once said she tried to give me a kiss as I was leaving for work. I almost hit her. He goes, it felt to me like a homeless guy suddenly reaching out for me on the street trying to grab me and kiss me. I go, man, why don't you just fucking leave? He goes, no, I can't do that. Shit. The other favorite one is your friend is at the point where he starts trying to convince you how wife swapping might be something to be worth doing or girlfriend swapping.
Listen, you know the way that works? There's a real simple calculus for any of yous who are considering this. And I've actually been down this road and said this before. Why would I bargain for something I could get for free? Right?
Yeah.
It's like and it's a hard truth to hear, man. It's like I could screw your woman anytime I want to. So why do I need to trade? Right? I mean, it underscores a really uncomfortable truth about caste, right? In other words, if you want to do a swap and you got a 7, I'll swap a 7 for a 7. But if I got a 7 and you got a 4, how does this benefit me?
Well, that's what my friend, I won't say his name because I don't want to embarrass, but his statement was, listen, it'll be a win-win. I want to fuck his wife and he won't want to fuck mine. So it's a win-win for me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
In his world, that was, I'm like, yeah, in your world, that is a win-win. You know, you don't have to worry about your wife cheating on you because the one who won, huh?
I gotta think about that for a second. Oh, say it again. I'm now confused. Say it again.
He said, listen, I want to fuck his wife and he won't want to fuck mine. So it's a win-win.
That's, that's almost insulting, but okay.
It's very insulting. Rude to his wife.
Fucking dick. But at that point, you gotta go. Okay, I'll take that.
It's his own fault. I don't know why. I mean, it's
like some guy who called me all angry. He found some text on his girlfriend's phone, and I was like, "Hey, man, I'm sorry. I thought you guys were swingers." He goes, "Swingers?" And it's like, "Hey," I said, "Man, you need to fucking relax. First of all, if you tried to screw my old lady, I wouldn't be complaining. In fact, I thought that's what you called for. That we were going to have a party." And he's like, and then you could see him doing the calculus in his head, like, "Huh, I wonder if
what would it take to get her to agree to this?"
No. He was like thinking, like, "I wonder if Yuki's like, the old lady is hot. Maybe we." Oh, yeah. And then he found himself getting pulled in, and he was like, "No. I still want to be angry." I said, "Look, you could be as angry as you want, but this could be a win-win, man. Look, I tell you, I'll send you a picture." And the guy was like, "No," and he hung up. It was like trying to negotiate with the devil. He was finding himself drawn in. He had to hang up the phone. So
that's a lot of guys. Yeah,
I didn't want to put him on Front Street and say, "Why don't you check the history and see who texted who first?" It's not like I'm out there tracking down your girlfriend, I'm minding my own business, man. I'm only going where I'm called.
That's my excuse, even though it's not true. I'm not.
But you're not jumping into shit that you're not invited. If you're invited, then you know.
Oh my! I always learned about never get involved in like orgies and swinging. That's just problems. There's problems there.
Well, you have to think about it before you do it. In my experience,
you just don't know what you're touching. It's just like I don't mean that. It's just like where do you put your hand with so many people? It's like how do you get leverage?
I was in some scene with some fucking dude, and finally I had to say, "Hey man, how come every time I put my hand every place I want to put my hand, your hand is there? Move your fucking hand." Yeah.
It's autofocus. Remember the movie? And he goes, whose hand is that? What is that? That's
I know. No, I'm looking at basic, like my hand on her hip. I go to put my hand on the other hip. His hand is there. It's like, so now I got like a one hand thing. I can't move your fucking hand so I can get my hands on both hips. Stop it, Yeah, she's like, she's wondering why I'm more or like a crippled now. It's like, God, that was a mistake.
That's that would it depends on your point of view. It's a mistake or not. Some guys might think that's what's worth a life experience.
I just don't need a lot of talk, and that's okay. You're a stunt penis. Don't just leave me out of it. I'm here for the vagina, and we've gone kind of far afield.
Yes, well, that's how excited this card made us that we had to get off. We'd release some energy by the card.
Okay.
All right, so we should probably call it quits. That's it. We'll see next week how bad I did again. So
and I think I'll actually do a knuckle up on Sunday.
Oh, knuckle up is back.
Well, if there's a fight worth the damn, it usually is. If there's not, like last week, the thing is, I could talk about Cerrone on this week's show, and it would be Cerrone and 3, 6, 7 others, right? Versus the last week's show, it would be Kowalkiewicz, Cerrone, and I got nothing else. Well, I'm going to do a whole hour on 2 people. I could have done it, yeah, but that's not the point with as few shows as we have left before Flambe.
But there was a Bellator card, which fell apart too, that had only Musasi.
That was the Musasi thing was great, though. I have a word for the fans. They can suck it.
I love he's turned into one of the best personalities in MMA. So.
Totally, absolutely, 100%. He said they're idiots. They'll forget about this fight. I win the next one. They'll forget about it. Truer words never spoken, man.
All right. Well, that should call it before we get kicked off by Nate. So,
all right.
Next week Nate should be back. Eugene will be back. He'll have a knuckle up. there's other stuff. Care don't care on or whatever the other stuff is.
If I did it.
Oh, if I did, and the shoe fits.
If the shoes fit, got it.
Yeah, so watch all that stuff and all the other MMA Nation stuff.
And then
there, I did my sales pitch. Look at that.
Twitter feed at Eugene S. Robinson. If you want to do the Instagram thing, I still keep that Instagram gated, so it's Mr. Sleep 3. And
hey, not the face for inane stuff. If you want to follow a lot of me bitching about economic stuff. So, all right, that's it. Take care, everybody.
All right, man. See you.
Oh, my phone. I can't quit.
I
think we got it.
You got it? No, it still says live.